Hi everyone, Mr. Oliver here again from the James Prendergast Library, here with another STEAM activity video for you guys. Now, if you remember, when the whole COVID shutdown first started, we were doing STEAM activities at home for you guys Monday through Friday, every day of the week, of the work week. And now that the library's back open, you guys are going back to school, we're kind of retooling how we're doing those videos. So instead of Monday through Friday, we're going to be doing them Tuesdays at 2. And instead of activities that you can do at home, we're going to be talking about some of the science fundamentals and concepts to kind of reinforce what you're learning at school. And we're going to be doing that by using some of the materials that we have upstairs in our makerspace and helping you see what kind of stuff you would learn up there, but we're going to be a little bit more focused than we could generally be up there. So today we are going to be talking about chemistry, specifically elements, molecules, and compounds, and that is for the next generation science standards. It's a 5-PS1-1 Part B, which essentially is just talking about when you mix two or more elements, what happens and what new substance and different properties happen. So I'm going to make a couple of different molecules and I'm going to show you kind of what's going on. So one that you guys might be the most familiar with, even if you don't know the name, is H2O. Now, H2O has a cool science name, but that's not important. But what it is important is water. So it's called H2O because it has two hydrogens and one oxygen. And what's interesting is that hydrogen by itself is usually a gas, and so is oxygen because we breathe in oxygen. But when you combine the two of them, they change. And so they go from usually being a gas to usually being a liquid or a solid on Earth. Now, different places, based on heat, water can usually be a vapor or a gas, but not always. So next we have, let me see, we have chlorine, which is Cl, and then sodium, which is Na. Now, you combine them together, and you get a compound called NaCl, sodium chloride, which is also known as table salt. This is a very important molecule as well because we need to eat it. And then, this right here is a very important distinction, or not a very important distinction, sorry. This is a very important molecule to talk about because it changes stuff. This is O2. O2 is oxygen. Like I said before, this is what we breathe in. It's a major component of air. There's some other stuff in there, but that's not important right now. But so, these all have two or more elements. So they're all compounds. But they are not all, so they're all molecules. And so a molecule is a mixture of two elements together. But these two are compounds because compounds have two different components. So this one has oxygen and hydrogen. This one has sodium and chloride. And let's talk about one other one that's kind of cool, and it's a little smelly. So we live in an area that has a lot of different farms around it, especially a lot of different cows because we live in a dairy area. And if you ever go by a farm and you smell something really bad, sometimes it's fertilizer because, even if it's a dairy farm, they're still growing crops like corn or hay to feed the animals with. But a lot of times, it's going to be this molecule. And so this molecule is CH4. So it has one carbon and then 4 hydrogens. And this one is called methane. Methane is cow farts. really smelly, but you can hear my camera person giggling. But it's actually really important because methane doesn't just come from animals. It's also kind of naturally occurring. And as a gas, it's actually a fuel source. And so there's some ideas that methane is the next fuel that we'll use to power our country and our world. And because there's cows and cows eat, it's renewable. Alrighty guys, this is just kind of a few of the small different compounds you can make. Look around your house, you'll see different elements listed on a lot of different bottles. Check with your parents, talk to them, and maybe see what different compounds are out there. Alright guys, till next time, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Have a good day.